What's good, everybody? It's your boy Penguar here. I hope everybody's enjoying Generation 3. Hope everything is going well. Hope you guys are getting some of the mons that you really want to get. We should have nest change coming up tomorrow, so hopefully we can all get some really cool nests. I'm personally hoping for a Torchic nest, as that's the main thing. I don't have Skeptile yet. I have Swampert because we have a Mudkip nest. But I'm really hoping for a Torchic nest because I just caught my first one today, and I would like to get more than that one Torchic. But I would like to expand on more than just Generation 3. I would like to expand onto the other update that came simultaneously with it, and that would be the weather. And the weather update, in my opinion, is way too under-talked about. I think it is a lot bigger deal than a lot of people are really giving it. So if you guys have got a little bit, let's talk about the weather. Alright, for those of you that may not understand quite how the new weather system works, but it's going to bring a new type of spawn to the game, which are weather spawns, which are going to coincide with how the weather is outside of wherever you happen to be at the time, whether it's sunny outside, whether it's cloudy outside, raining outside, or just different kind of weather conditions that you may see. The thing about these weather conditions is that these special weather spawns are going to bring certain types out. So if you live in like a water biome where you're commonly seeing Staryus or like Chinchows or seals or just things along that nature alongside your typical Weedle, Caterpie, common stuff. Alongside those, if you're just used to like water spawns, if you go out on a sunny day, this new weather update will bring special weather spawns that'll bring you, like specifically on a sunny, clear day, you'll see an increase in grass, ground, and fire Pokemon, which is incredibly cool for myself because I don't see a whole lot of fire Pokemon prior to this, and I think it's just an incredibly helpful thing, especially for those that are looking to complete their Pokedex that haven't been able to yet. I think it is a very good update for rural players because it'll help rural players that may not be able to find a whole lot of rarer spawns. It'll change up their spawns quite a bit. I don't know how much how many spawn points that they may have. That may still hinder them quite a bit, but it's going to help by changing those spawn points up and giving them just extra different typing. Like I said, you'll see fire, ground, or grass, or like on a windy day, you'll see an increase in dragon, flying, and psychic types, which means on a windy day, you could see an increase in Ralt spawns. You could see quite a bit of an increase in Dratini spawns. Flying Pokemon, you could see Pidgeots, Fearos, even just a lot of those just stage 2 that'll give you extra Stardust Boosts. And another cool thing about the weather update is that you will get a Stardust boost upon every single weather capture, which is kind of cool. For example, if you catch a basic Pokemon or like a Torchic, a stage 1, if it was a fire boost, if it was a weather boosted fire Pokemon, you would get 25 extra Stardust, which isn't a huge deal. Then you get to a stage 1, so like a Combuskin fire Pokemon, you would get an extra 75, bringing your 300 Stardust on that capture up to 375. And then if you catch a stage 2 Pokemon, so if you were to catch a wild Blaziken under this situation, you would get your 500 Stardust along with an extra 125, and of course it's going to be most worth it to catch the fully evolved forms, but I still think it's cool that we're getting just that extra Stardust boost. Another cool thing about the weather system is the fact that a lot of them have a lot higher IVs for people that want to get competitive mons or just something that are really good to battle with. They have a tendency of having better IVs than your more common things. They're also able to be captured at level 35 compared to the maximum of level 30 that we were seeing prior to this. So you're going to be seeing, like I've seen a couple wild Rhydons, each time they always pop up and I just never expect the Rhydon to, I'm not used to seeing a lot of the evolutions that have been spawning recently popping up, and if you see like a wild Rhydon, it'll be common to find like a CP 2300 or 2500 Rhydon in the wild. So if you happen to not have a Rhydon that big yet, it is really cool to be able to just go capture that, hopefully. And there's a good chance that it'll have a very solid IV. It'll be very good to battle with. You want to get more candy and power that up, or use your rare candy that you've gotten from raids to power that up. I think it's really good, and I think the best part, along with all these cool things with the weather update, you get extra Stardust bonus, you get good IV mons, you get high CP mons that can help everybody out. But I think the honest to God best part about the update is just the diversity in spawns, from just simple things like the weather changing, and it doesn't even have to be drastic weather. If it went from sunny to just a little bit cloudy, you'll get, like if it went from sunny to just a little bit cloudy, like on a clear day, you'll see fire, ground, and grass spawns. And if that just switched to a little cloudy, fairy, fighting, and poison. We had that quite a bit today specifically, and I was seeing quite a bit of like Machop spawns around our downtown area. Fairy spawns, you could also see a lot more Ralts, a lot more Curlia spawns, because their secondary typing is Fairy. They are Psychic Fairy. Fighting, you'll see a lot of Machops. You could see, I caught a Hitmonchan outside of my work today from Harrisburg, and that was just a rural community. I don't ever see a lot of rare spawns like that, so it was kind of cool to log in on my break and see a wild Hitmonchan there. I thought that was absolutely insane. A lot of poison Pokemon, so Coughing, there was one point today I saw a Nidorino and a Nidorina on nearby, so, and those weren't too rare, but I mean, it's still kind of cool to see those second stage Nidorino, Nidorina, and it was cool to see them at the one area, because they were both at the same Pokestop. It was a Nidorino and a Nidorina. So those are super cool to see. But I think just the best thing about the update is that it's going to change your day-to-day encounters. It's going to change your day-to-day encounters. You're going to be seeing a lot of just different attribute Pokemon, a lot more diversity than you are probably used to seeing. Instead of catching the same old thing every single day, you'll be able to go one day maybe catching like your usual, if you live in like a water biome. It's like my example because it's what I live in. But if you live in a water biome, you catch your normal like Staryus, Magikarps, all of this stuff on your walk, and then whatever nest you're walking, you'll also see this extra element to it where you'll see these weather spawns where you can catch your normal water Pokemon, but you'll also get like a mix of fire and ground types, or fairy and poison types, or just any of those types. For example, you'll see a lot of those mix, and that'll change day to day based on the weather, which is really cool. Like, yeah, you'll get, and it's cool that they have the extra IV bonus, but I feel like the extra IV bonus is going to get old after a while. It's really cool and really refreshing at first because it's just really cool to be catching them right now because it's all brand new. The Stardust Boost is kind of cool, but it's really only like super relevant when it comes to catching a Stage 2 Pokemon like Pidgeot or Blaziken or anything like that. But I think the honest to God best part about the update is the diversity in the spawns and just being able to keep the game fresh, because you'll be able to see that just drastic difference in spawns day to day, which I think is really cool. That is the part that I am really excited about personally. Like, I went from catching, because I caught Coughing, Nidorina, Nidorino, I caught a Hitmonchan today. And tomorrow I could wake up and we could see an increase in fairies, we could see an increase in fire Pokemon. It's supposed to snow here in a couple days, so we'll see a whole lot of just ice Pokemon, which would be kind of cool for just that day. See a bunch of like Piloswines around, or Swinubs. I'm not hoping too much for Jinx. I'm really hoping those aren't too high in spawns during the snowy days, but it's just cool to see just that diversity. Instead of just waiting for nest changes every 2 weeks, it'll just give us that extra thing to look forward to, and really just make sure to know when to grind during certain parts. If you're trying to get a certain Pokemon done, like if you're trying to get your Mudkip to Swampert, if you happen to not have a Mudkip nest, you'll know to go out on like a rainy day, or if it's even like not terrible rain, like if it's monsooning, for example, outside, that's a bit drastic. But if it's like heavy rain, I don't recommend going to play, but you do you. But on like a light drizzle, if it's just a little bit of a rain, not a big deal, you want to just go for a walk around your neighborhood or something, it'll just be, I think it's really solid to just go check out whatever happens to be spawning around then. It's really just, it's a nice change to the game. You get the cool graphics in the game, which is really cool, and it's nice because it's brand new. But I love the diversity that is going to be added to it. That is my favorite element of the weather system. But that's all I really have to say about the weather system right now. Hopefully, I've heard a few problems here and there, like a friend in Fargo was saying he got the extreme window because it was like 25 degrees or something outside, which to maybe a person from California or a person from Texas, 25 degrees might sound like a major deal, but for any people that are watching this from the Midwest, from Sioux Falls, from Omaha, from any of just these areas, you know that 25 degrees is the norm for us Midwesterners. It is not a big deal, especially if it's just a clear day and it just happens to be cold. Throw on a sweatshirt, throw on a coat, we'll be fine, we'll go out and play. That's just a normal day for us. It would be like a 60, 70 degree day to somebody from California or something like that. It's cold, but it's not a huge deal. Like, we'll go out and play. It shouldn't be, because the extreme weather condition reduces spawns from what I've been hearing, and I'm hoping that, I mean, it's all brand new. I'm hoping that gets tweaked a little bit if that is the reason that they were getting the extreme, or if that was an error. I'm hoping that gets better as time goes on. I would, as someone that lives somewhere where seeing that kind of temperature is a very common thing, I haven't seen the extreme yet, but I really hope I don't have to see that a whole lot. So that's just me being very positive on it. I hope that they will change that. I hope they will update that. But that is probably the worst part about the update. That's not even a huge deal because I haven't seen it yet. But yeah, that's my 2 cents on the weather update. I think it is a great improvement. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys have been seeing in your local area in terms of just the changes in spawns. If you guys have gotten anything super cool that have spawned, like I've caught a couple Rhydons. I thought those were incredible. I think prior to this, I've maybe caught 3 or 4 wild Rhydons total since launch in July of last year, and this was all just within the last few days. I thought it is just an incredible change. I've caught quite a few Pidgeots today. I've caught quite a few, I caught like 3 or 4 Fearos, and it's just cool seeing that, because you just see a lot of just evolutionary stuff even if it's stuff that's just going to get transferred out. Catching those stage 1s, those stage 2, that's still just an extra amount of Stardust for yourself, which I think is really cool. It's more than just your 100 dust, seeing a bunch of commons. I think it is a incredible improvement from where things are at. But yeah, that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think about the weather update. I'll have a vlog playthrough. I'm trying to get my Gardevoir done this week. Hopefully, kind of like my Slocking video, I plan to have a Gardevoir playthrough later this week, probably late Sunday, maybe Sunday, or late Saturday, maybe Sunday when I get that video up. Expect that video up. I want to try to get a vlog playthrough, but I'm not sure I'm going to get that in if I'm doing the whole Gardevoir thing. But I'm going to try to get some more videos up. Stay tuned to that. If you like the video, smash that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button to see my future content, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks.